Hello, I'm Nadia and you're watching Wonder Nut, the YouTube channel. So we are going to be sharing some tips with you today. We thought of sharing with you how we survive long haul flights because we have been uploading our London vlogs. Fendi just came back from London, so we all know the London trip easily takes you like 12-13 hours on the flight. That's without your layovers and your stops and all that. So for me, anything above 5 hours is long lah. And I dread those. So here are 5 ways we survive long haul flights. Dress appropriately. Now, it applies for any kind of flights, of course, but it matters more if it's a long haul flight. You're going to be on the plane for like 5, 10, 12 hours, right? So wear something comfortable, wear something #cozy, make sure they're loose fitting. So wear layers because, you know, if you're traveling long distance, you're most likely going to travel to somewhere fast. So most likely if it's hot here, it might be cold there, vice versa. So it might be warm here, but you can shed your layers off. If it's cold there, you can put on some layers. So make sure you have at least a jacket with you. That's the very least you can do. This is something I personally take note lah. Wear new socks, clean socks. Because if you're gonna travel long distance on the plane, I usually kick off those shoes and just wear my socks, right? So you wanna make sure your socks are clean and they don't stank up the whole place. One way to survive these long haul flights is something I don't have to teach you, but I'm just going to share with you what we personally do, Fendi and I, is of course entertainment. And the most obvious one would be in-flight entertainment. So, but if you're not that fortunate, you're flying on an airline that doesn't provide you that, or maybe their options are not very awesome, then make sure you come prepared. So bring either a tablet, bring your laptop, or even store movies and TV series on your phones and catch up on things that you've been wanting to catch up on, but you just never found the time. What I personally do is I read books. So, you always have these resolutions of reading more books every year. So most of my books I actually read on long haul flights. But if you're not a book kind of person, maybe read magazines. Fendi, what he does is he plays games, right? So make sure you download that game. If it's something you've been playing, it's fine. But if it's something like you're saying, oh, I want to try a new game, so make sure you download it. And music, of course, if you've got Spotify, make sure all your songs or your playlists are saved offline, okay? Unless you've got Wi-Fi on the flight lah, ballin'. Also, besides music, movies, and TV series, you can also listen to podcasts. That's something new, right? Something new that I've been trying out, and I find it very nice because podcasts can last forever, They're like either from half an hour to an hour plus. So, you easily kill an hour on the flight by listening to one podcast. So try that out. And of course, having said all this, you just gotta make sure you've got power, make sure everything's fully charged, and of course, bring a backup, bring your power bank. Hydrate and moisturize. Okay, let's talk about hydrate first. The air on the plane is freaking dry, so make sure you drink lots and lots of water. Okay, alcohol does not count, okay? I'm talking about plain water. And yes, you're gonna say like, hey, cannot bring the water past security lah. Yes, so this is the one thing I always remind myself to do, but somehow always forget also, is buy a bottle of water or fill up a tumbler or whatever after you've passed securities. Okay, so once you've passed security, remind yourself, gotta get a bottle of water for the flight or when you're on board. And it also will help with your whole jet lag process, okay? Also moisturize, and this does not only apply for girls, applies to guys as well. So make sure you have lip balm, maybe facial moisturizer if you need those, and also lotion. Make sure you lather it on there and then even put some on your face because your skin can get very, very dry and you want to feel comfortable when you're on your flight, okay? These are the things that I will make sure I have when I'm on a flight. Wet wipes. Okay, make sure you have wet wipes for your face because you've been flying for like 10 hours. You know how this goes, right? You sleep, you wake up, you sleep, you wake up. Mouthwash. You want to have those the minty fresh breath when you get off the flight, especially you arrive there, you want to meet your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. So mouthwash. And another thing is also bring a travel size deodorant. I don't have to explain to you why, but bring deodorant, okay? Lastly is body spray. For girls, if you want to smell, or boys even, if you want to smell extra fresh a bit, so bring a travel size body spray. Here's a no-brainer solution of how you can pass your time on your long-haul flight. It's of course, catch some Z's, get some sleep, and here are my tips on how you can get good sleep when you're on the plane. First is of course get earplugs. If you don't have noise-cancelling headphones or noise-cancelling earphones, get cheap earplugs, it's okay, plug them in and you are not going to be disturbed or distracted by the sounds around you. Next up is get yourself a scarf or even bring your own blanket, and also why not bring your own pillow. If you're not one of those that bring those like neck pillows, then it's okay, bring like a small travel size pillow. Also, when we're traveling long distance like that, long haul flights, you are for sure going to have to be dealing with jet lag when you reach your destination. So here's a very useful tip. Once you board your flight, quickly set your watch to the local time of the destination. This is so that you know what time it is at your destination when you're on the flight. So for instance, if you're heading to London and you look at your clock and it's like, oh, it's 1 a.m. there. So you know you're going to have to force yourself to sleep so that when you reach, you will feel fresh. Or at the very least, you're not going to have to combat jet lag until so hard lah, right? So yeah, that I think is a very useful tip. Local time of the destination on your watch. So worry no more about those long haul flights. We've got you covered. 5 tips for you on how to survive them, or at least make them more comfortable lah. I'm sure you can tweak here and there a bit to personalize it to your own situation and your own preferences, but I hope you have found them useful. So if you're going to be traveling, travel safe. Till the next video.